U.S. Agent Nick Cicada here, sequestered in the northeast corner of the Cheesman Park Pavilion. It is currently about 6:57 p.m. and there was a rainstorm earlier, so we planned to meet here under the pavilion, but as it happens, the climate is cleared up because Denver's climate tends to revert towards its arid state as often as possible. So, this ought to be an interesting week. Stay tuned. How is the view like from up there, would you say?
You all look like ants.
Okay.
That's normally how I see everyone anyway, but especially from up here.
Alright. Gonna see some fantastic works of art here. Pass these around clockwise. This is the first one. Hold towards the camera. That's, what's his name? Justin Thoreau from Mulholland Drive. And he's standing next to the can of pink paint there. And his face is negative space, it's just canvas. Oh, not the Red Room, but close. Lynch vibes. What are your thoughts on that?
I really like the way that you painted his jacket.
Right. I thought, well, I have paint, so I'm going to draw something involving paint. That's the first of this series.
Looks like Karen, like the death ferryman in front of a stage.
Okay.
With a live audience.
That makes sense. Alright, yeah.
Tell me about this.
That's the paint. That's the can of paint.
The can of paint.
It's spilled, yeah. He spilled that
I thought
paint.
you meant it's about paint in a more like metaphorical.
No, he spills paint.
I see.
Okay, hold that one towards the camera. That's the second in the series. That's a depiction of phasing gone wrong, a process in my fictional universe whereby people are able to transgress through dimensions. You've got the Hat Man with a cheeky little grin in the back there.
Hat Man?
Yes, the Hat Man.
Oh my god, it's him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a celebrity.
How do you feel that Hat Man compares to your own use of hats?
I do use hats a lot. A lot of characters in my work generally use hats. They're symbolic, I guess, of brain activity. So there we see a guy just kind of his head just sort of gooshing out, and that was featured on the website of my series Filthy Treatise.
Does the neck cutting, is that part of phasing gone wrong, or did his neck get cut elsewhere?
That's part of phasing gone wrong.
Okay.
It goes wrong. It's like a prank gone wrong. Okay. This isn't the Hat Man. This is a promotional still from the 1960s series That Girl, featuring Marlo Thomas, which I repainted.
I like
and
this
then
ostrich falling over you've painted in the background.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. This one was reprinted in Ludicrous Worlds, but in black and white. So here you get the more crimson scarlet type tones, and it contrasts in an interesting way with her yellow jacket there. It's kind of an iconic costume, although not many people, as I'm aware of it, tend to know that photo. It is kind of subconsciously stored in the mind.
This looks like a Star Trek episode about eating people.
That's right. It does, and that's because if you've ever seen an episode of That Girl, it has a very similar color scheme to Star Trek. It's that period of history when Technicolor was new and everyone was trying to take advantage of the possibilities that color offered. Okay, this one is inspired by a Beastie Boys music video, the one for Hey Ladies, one frame where there's a beatnik girl, and I drew there, and at this point I was running out of red paint because the first two had kind of exhausted my supply of red paint, so pink on the bottom, blue on top. It's all about relative supply. Ever seen the Beastie Boys video for Hey Ladies?
I don't watch a lot of music videos, honestly.
Okay. I imagine most people don't pay attention to that one frame, but I was like, well, it's a decent costume, so.
What are the orbs?
The orbs aren't in the music video. I added those just to use color, but they do look interesting framing here. This one here, this one was also put into Ludicrous Worlds. This is Hannibal Lecter as a Walmart greeter, because being autistic, one of the worst experiences is going to Walmart and having to talk to the fellow at the door. So I thought, well, what if they got Hannibal Lecter in there?
For autistic people.
What are your thoughts on if Hannibal Lecter was a Walmart
I
greeter?
think that would do a lot for the autistic community.
Okay.
I think the government should take more measures like this.
Well, you know,
People go to the grocery store.
he's got his muzzle on, so.
What do you think he would say?
Well, it's difficult for him to talk because he's sort of restrained on his stretcher there. Yeah,
maybe
something like that.
proximity sensor.
Welcome to Walmart.
Getcha.
What could be worse?
Probably pack these up, though.
Yeah, that is definitely rain noises.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. Wouldn't want these to get soaked.
Meeting out here in the winter.
Yeah. Let's go.
Looking at this bug right now.
What type bug is
so
that?
Scared of me. I don't know. An anxious bug. It got really scared. It was running around until I put my finger there.
Some kind of beetle.
It's a beetle for sure. It does look like a ladybug, but it's not a ladybug.
No spots.
Shuts down immediately. Yeah, he like shrinks backwards. Poor guy. This is a very cool bug.
As foretold by the prophecy, I bring Squirt,
Thank you.
and this only has 1% actual grapefruit juice, so don't worry, it's not healthy. If you're worried about that.
Look at me like that. As if we haven't shared a Squirt before.
It's time for
That was recorded, by the way.
It's time for a Squirt.
Time
for a Squirt.
Time for a squirt.
Okay.
It's gonna be on the internet forever, huh?
It's time for a Squirt.
How does it feel to have partaken in the cosmic nectar there?
I love squirting.
Okay, great. Okay. 1% grapefruit juice. So. I should have mentioned that. Bring in.
Pleasant.
As the official DOS beverage, there's Squirt.
Not sponsored by
It's very good.
like squirt.
Not sponsored by Squirt. Squirt just happens to be the official, unofficial DOS beverage, which is memed to no end.
Let me get you like a really good shot here.
Just for the taste of it. Squirt.
Wow, refreshing.
What are your thoughts?
It is refreshing, and it reminds me back when I was young, there was Schweppes. I don't know if you're familiar with that, and Schweppes was known for having Schweppervescence. And so Squirt has a little bit of Squirtevescence, I think.
You've never had Squirt before?
Yeah, probably 50 years ago I had some.
50 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
It tastes even better too.
Okay. Talking point. What's your favorite obscure thing? Just anything obscure.
I have to think about that. I don't have an instance.
Yeah? Just your favorite obscure thing of all time. Something you're aware of that nobody else is aware of.
That's very true.
Yeah. I assume
not obscure.
I assume most people are aware of that. Yes, I know that. What's your favorite obscure thing of all time?
Well, I was thinking of that, something like that, when I was walking over here. So
Right.
there's a book, history book, Main Currents in Modern American History by Gabriel Coco.
Okay.
It's my favorite thing that probably nobody else knows about nowadays.
Gabriel Coco.
Yeah, Kolko. It's supposed to
Okay.
be the introduction to it.
All right. Sure. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer. I don't
I
know.
think I have an answer to my favorite obscure thing.
Okay.
It's this book called The Storm Thief, not The Lightning Thief. That's different and not obscure.
Right.
It's called The Storm Thief, and it's a fictional book about this weird island where every time it rains, the rain has does sort of like wacky stuff. Like the main character lost his ability to breathe automatically because he got hit by the rain. And sometimes it'll teleport buildings, and sometimes it'll change your eye color, your hair color, sometimes it'll remove your organs.
Right. It's a
pretty good
fantastic
book.
premise. Okay. Favorite obscure thing?
It's a German TV show. I've never been able to find it again, but I loved it like 20 years ago.
Okay.
It was called something like Timpara. It had a big old turtle and like children. So that's the best description I have of it, but I was absolutely fucking taken with this.
It was like a children's show?
Yeah.
like Barney type of
It
deal?
was like, no. Oh my god, no. It was animated. It was
Okay,
like,
okay.
yeah, I know. Animated, and it was good, and that's all I remember.
There are a lot of those, from what I understand, is that Germany and Ukraine and Czechoslovakia have a lot of lost TV shows in particular. I don't know why, but much more than America.
I know way more about like the more Eastern European and like Soviet ones.
That's good because
in, like Central Europe.
no, I think there are quite a few. They're not generally talked about because they're obscure, but way more than in America. In America, that sort of thing tends to be preserved, but Germany has a lot, I think.
I'd be curious to know about them. I don't know of much original animation from those.
But what was yours called?
Great question. I think Tim Taga.
What's that mean?
Tim Coin.
Okay. So this one is a bit. This one has a bit more of a backstory behind it. This is a frame. This was featured in my series Hypnagogic Archive as an illustration for one of the stories. This is a still frame from the Lost Media web series Kiki at Midnight, but I've replaced her with a strange energy being, and the caption at the bottom has been replaced by an indecipherable text. And then there's this sort of mesmerizing lava lamp pattern behind her that took up again most of my red paint. So I really went heavy on the red for whatever reason in the first couple. I also have burgundy, I think.
Really cool. Out of all of the ones you've showed so far, this is the most likely to be haunted and like cause psychic damage to people, I think.
I think this is my favorite so far.
Agreed.
Right.
I'm mesmerized by the shapes of the lava lamp.
I really like the face.
Okay.
This is good.
Well, she's one of the others. And just like I used this painting of a still frame of Kiki Stockhammer to depict Chloe Richards from the Hypnagogic Archive, I used a still photo of Kiki Stockhammer to depict Chloe Richards. So I kind of think Kiki and Chloe have certain things in common in that regard.
If I look at the brush strokes, it looks like ghosts escaping. They look really hard.
Yet another one from Hypnagogic Archive. This here is the receiver. This is the other who is tasked by all the rest of the others to stand at the base of the antenna in the foothills of Boulder, Colorado for all eternity, acting as a conduit and a sort of scapegoat to assimilate all their energy, take some of the brunt off their pain. This one is used as the illustration for the story The Persecuted Accountants, but that's the full painting there. I think on Hypnagogic Archive some of them are cropped.
The like pylons you have here and the clouds above them feel very oppressive, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah, you go up to Boulder, there are antennae like that just hanging around. Takes the lightning in and tosses the lightning back out. Thanks for attending the DOS meeting. This one wasn't an illustration. It wasn't any kind of particular illustration for Hypnagogic Archive. This one is just some kind of yellow guy.
Whoa.
But
I like his hands.
he's not really another. He's just sort of there. He's just kind of chilling there. He's just kind of out for the day, kind of hanging, kind of laid back. I don't know who he's definitely not the Hat Man. He's just kind of there. So.
I really like his hands.
He's happy. He reminds me of McDonald's fries.
Okay.
I like the background. I like the little subtle shapes in it.
So is this a door, or is this like a window?
I think it's a door. He's come through it and in some kind of grotto or something. Details don't really concern him. He's just sort of laid back and taking life as it happens.
Can I do another ad for Squirt?
Okay.
Gotta have my Squirt.
Okay, this is yet another one that was used in Hypnagogic Archive. This is the archivist here, sort of archetype, and then you've got the happy smile there and a fun little spiral. Spirals are a reoccurring theme in my work. Well, as you'd expect, they're a reoccurring symbol. I don't know why. I suppose just for the aesthetic purposes.
Enjoy these lines pointing to or away from him. Feel
Right,
him
right.
inside a train. But
Right,
also
those are-
centered very nicely with
Some of these, I imagine, are influenced by the paintings of Dr. Seuss. There's one called Yulia Porge Cat in a Subway, or something along those lines. So, have you ever seen any of the paintings of Dr. Seuss?
I don't remember any of those guys.
Dr. Seuss isn't obscure enough for you. It's the archivist there. Okay, the programmer. This is Shelby here, but in sort of another form, ones and zeros all around it. This is when I was really running out of red paint, so had to slow it down on that. Sort of in an ethereal void there,
I enjoy
just drifting throughout the universe. No particular direction or reason or point. Just out there.
They're in the bits.
All the bits.
Does the ones and the zeros, do they like spell out anything?
No, absolutely not.
I like this a lot.
It's just chaotic binary. Alright, this here is the last as of now. I don't know how I got so much red paint. Like I said, maybe I have a burgundy or like velvet shade or something. Yeah, I don't think this is red. I think it's more like brown. But this is a depiction of when I had a sore throat.
I see.
It's not a self-portrait. It's just a guy with a terrible bacterial thing in his throat, and it's not easy on him. It's
Doesn't look like it. This guy looks like he just phased all wrong.
I relate to this gentleman.
I suppose it could be coupled with the phasing gone wrong one, but
I
Both have
understand
their
his plight.
throats cut.
oh, they do. That's true. Maybe that's just the cause of his sore throat. That could be.
That would do it.
That would do it. It would make his throat hurt. Also open it up to bacterial infection if there's a big gaping wound down there. Yeah. Okay, so out of all of these, I'm going to lay them all out here in a nice select. Well, yeah, I'll turn them this way so you can see them. Name your favorite between all these.
I like different things about all of them. I can't give you an answer like that.
I can.
Okay. That's right.
That one.
What?
Programmer. Okay. Why is that?
I just really like the way that she's like silhouetted against a color that's basically the same as her, but like darker. I don't know. It's fun.
Okay. Yeah. All the rest have pretty high contrast, so.
She does look like a ghost.
Well, yeah,
This
she's.
is my favorite. If I had to pick, I would say this one.
Why is that?
It's dynamic. There's a lot happening. There's a lot I can imagine in the shapes in the background, and I really like how this looks. It looks like an oil painting of a train.
You say a train.
Yeah.
I don't really see it. Is
Like
it like?
this guy's sitting on the bench of the train, and these are the like railings, lights.
Yeah, like those would be like the bars across the top part of the train.
Oh.
Sure, train.
Yeah, I suppose I see that. If the roof is curved. I sort of envisioned this as like a damp prison cell, and he's back in the far recesses of it, and you just see him sort of melting away into nothing back there. That makes a lot of sense considering Ellis's character, but again, these are abstract representations of the characters, and sort of yellow guy isn't a representation of anyone. He's just yellow guy. How about you? What would you say is your
I still
favorite?
like the one in the corner there. I like the colors.
Wow. Right.
No, it's something about the figure there that has a touch of dystopia, sorrow, and acceptance that I hope adjusting to it.
What would you say are the dystopian elements?
The dystopian?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I see the future in general. It's like just a dark time that's coming. That the metaverse, being in the metaverse, with all that stuff.
This is the metaverse.
I've got legs there now.
What are your thoughts on the vortex on DOS.com? What are your thoughts on the vortex?
I enjoy the vortex. I enjoy the NeoCities website. NeoCities is a really good choice.
Do you think the vortex in particular adds a lot of value to the DOS website?
I would like it if it was entirely the vortex.
Oh, okay. Well, the vortex will expand over the next couple weeks, huh?
That would be really cool.
Okay.
I would like it if there's nothing left. Or maybe like links scattered in the vortex.
Alright. Do you enjoy hearing the vortex?
Enjoy the vortex. I have hearing the vortex.
Is there
I
sound?
could be hearing the vortex.
Yeah, you just press play on the audio file where it says hear the vortex and you can hear the vortex.
Hear a vortex.
Yeah, you can hear it.
I'll consider hearing the vortex.
You've seen the vortex, now hear the vortex.
That's a good point.
Alright, so what are your thoughts on this week's DOS meeting?
I really think we need to stop summoning demons at these. It's becoming a problem.
It was really good, except for the demon that gave me herpes.
Yeah, it was good. Just feel like I'm getting into the flow of it.
What do you think about the paintings? Are they pretty good?
I
As never
enjoyed the
before
paintings.
seen.
I enjoy your use of color, and I really enjoyed a lot of the brush strokes on those.
Good characterization and composition.
Yeah, I enjoyed the painting. I enjoyed people in the trees too. That was
Okay.
introduction to everything.
Okay. Well, that tree there is apparently easy to climb, but it's impossible for me because my arms are like
It's all your
Tooth-
core and your legs.
they're
baby.
toothpicks made out of modeling clay in effect.
It's all your core and your legs.
What are your thoughts on the squirt?
I love squirting, man.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was my first squirt, and
On the
it was
what?
really exciting. It was refreshing.
That was your first exposure to
It was
squirt.
my first squirt ever.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
Only 1% grapefruit juice, so
Yeah, thank you for the disclaimer.
it's mostly a sugar and water like every other soda.
Exactly.
So
That's what makes it good. God
And,
bless America.
and well, people, wasn't that an interesting use of a couple hours here at Cheesman Park? A productive use of your time and my time, and now I'm here all alone in the empty groves of the Cheesman Park Pavilion. As the cricket speak ramps up, I'm just standing here, and I'm in awe of what's about to happen next week at Lakeside. So stay tuned, and as always, DOS it up.